News Nation's Alex Capriello joins us live. Alex, you visited one of these training sites. Tell us about it.
I did, Elizabeth, and I had a chance to listen to the teachings from these gun instructors, which weren't exactly political in nature, although they did express a general sense of uneasiness about the world around us. It's part of the reason why we're seeing Americans take matters into their own hands, preparing both guns and their bodies for battle, just in case they find themselves in a dogfight.
They're not enlisted, though they dress ready for war. They don't have military training, though they can reliably hit targets 3 football fields away. What they do have is fear of violent crime, civil unrest, even foreign invasion. And here, deep in the sticks of Central Florida, these everyday Americans gather with guns in hand, training for the day they will need to keep themselves safe by any means necessary.
In your opinion, the world is more safe when we know how to use guns?
Oh, 100%.
Air Force veteran Eric Rocher leads the shooters in these military-style combat trainings. When Russia invaded Ukraine and civilians were forced to take up arms, Rocher decided he didn't want to see Americans succumb to the same fate.
They were trying to learn how to shoot literally days before the Russians invaded. And so they were almost like helpless. And I saw it, I was like, in America, we shouldn't have that problem.
As an Air Force tactical specialist, he knows techniques, disciplines, and standards that most civilians don't.
This should be information that every citizen should know about because it creates a better shooter, a safer shooter, a more defendable country.
More than 90% of the men and women who come to the Barrel and Hatchet open gyms aren't currently serving in the military, veterans, or members of law enforcement. They're actually everyday citizens, just like you and I.
Wow. Take Dan Pham, for example. He's a civil engineer that builds robots. Brandon Jordan, he's a YouTube content creator. And Angela Clow is an exercise physiologist.
I'm this very loving, caring girl, but I can be fierce.
When I spoke to them, every single one said they want to be prepared for any threat, and they expressed deep concern about our country and our world.
Riots, elections, foreign wars, people realizing that their safety is their own personal responsibility. No one's coming to save them, so they're going to have to be able to defend themselves and take matters into their own hands if they need to.
From the outside looking in, it looks like they're building a militia, but they insist they're not. Instead, they're among a growing cohort of prepared citizens, everyday folks worried about a near future where gun smoke fills the air. They just want to make sure it's coming from their guns.
I think that a lot more people are kind of feeling like something is coming globally. And so because of that, there is a sense of urgency to be able to train, to get their family equipped with training.
For the first time in more than 30 years, recent polling shows more Americans have guns in their homes than not. 1 in 5 gun owners now own AR-15 style semi-automatic rifles, with the majority saying they bought it for self-defense. And overall, more than 26 million Americans purchased their first gun in the last 5 years, with some of the greatest surges coming from African Americans, women, and liberal voters. That's more than the entire population of Florida.
It's not cops, it's not veterans, it's not current military. No. It's teachers, it's software engineers, it's dentists, it's lawyers, it's doctors. Why would a dentist need to know how to shoot a rifle 300 yards?
I have a responsibility to protect myself and my family. You know, if I need help, if I have to call law enforcement, it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and usually that's way too long. So I need to be able to perform on command when the time comes, if the time comes, God forbid.
These civilians hope they never have to put their training to use. But if any of their worst case scenarios materialize, they won't be going down without a fight.
The more that people kind of see what we're doing, they understand our purpose is the brotherhood and in doing something together that we enjoy. That's also a useful tool in the event of a bad scenario. That's what we're doing. We're not doomsday preppers out here.
And, you know, that's actually really good. I like that. There's good and bad reasons for something like this happening right now. Regular, everyday Americans going out there wanting to train to better themselves on handling a gun. And earlier, the Air Force veteran mentioned, you know, yeah, it's all about, you know, how if you know how to use the gun. It's not just making sure you know how to use the gun, but it's also making sure that these people that we are training are good people, have good morals and values on making good judgments in performing and using guns. because we can't just give guns to everybody expecting we're going to have good outcomes every time. We already know there's bad people that have bad intentions that can sneak and create guns under the table. Now, who's to say we don't have some of these, undercover bad people training with good people and on how to use these guns? So we have to be very cautious of how this is going, and especially what's going on today's day with I'm not just talking about Ukraine, Russia, and Iran and Israel, but also what's happening here in America with a lot of these riots and people, American citizens, disagreeing on major issues in this country. People are resorting to violence, and now we're having people say, hey, we need to protect ourselves, not just from outside invaders. It could be from anybody that they may not agree with. Let me know what you guys think about this. I always encourage everybody to, if you're having good intentions and you want a firearm, make sure you train yourself. Get yourself to your local gun shop or somewhere that they can teach you on how to properly use a gun. You have every right to in this country. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.